Hi there, and welcome to Magic. So in this video, I'm going to go through and show you how to correctly train your AI chatbot. Now, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit reluctant towards creating this YouTube video because I've seen software developers with 20 years of experience incapable of bringing their chatbots up to beyond 60% accuracy. Now, if you try a chatbot like this one, how does Lambda 2 Hyper work? Right, you can ask it extremely complex questions and it will give you 100% accurate answers every single time, assuming OpenAI's APIs don't crash. They do occasionally. It's nothing we can do anything about, but it is what it is. So, and this chatbot is 98% accurate. It's very, very hard to get this thing to answer wrong. So how does it work? Well, in order to, I'm assuming that you already have a Cloudlet and that you have been playing around with our machine learning parts. So I'm going to be demonstrating it here in this guy, demo. And then I am going to create a new model, right? Now I'm going to call my model just tests. Then I'm going to filter on it, and then I'm going to import a website. Now, if I just import, for instance, like billion-air.org now, I'm only going to import 2 pages or 5 pages to just like illustrate the pointer, and I start crawling. It's going to be very rapidly done because I'm only fetching 5 pages. Now, first of all, the quality of your chatbot is dependent upon the quality of your training data. Right, so now if I go to my training data and I look at test here now, then you see I got 29 training snippets. When it's done with all 5 pages, it might have like 50 or something. That's not a lot. It's still a decent amount. Let's have a look at how many there are now. Okay, so there's 59 training snippets. It's still a decent amount. However, if I now just go here and I start testing this guy, right, tests, and I test it. What is billion air? It's going to answer rubbish. Why? Because it's going to ChatGPT by default, the Text DaVinci 003 model. And according to them, Billionaire is a private aviation company, right? Now, when I find my model here, tests, right, and I vectorize it such that all of these are green, important, all of them should be green, vectorized here, then I have trained my model. However, before you train, you want to go through and edit stuff because your training data typically contains tons of garbage, literally. You see here, by cabin mud, for instance, carbon offsetting allows individuals, by cabin mud, I guess these are kind of like valid. But if you look at find a community hub here, if I now copy this guy, okay, so remember I imported 5 pages, it's probably going to be 5 of them, there's actually 6 of them. And these are the exact same, right? Join our mission. Now in theory we could keep one of them, I guess. But the point is that for your bot, if you have like tons of similar things, and these, of course, originates from Billionaire's menu navigation section, their navbar, their navigation parts, then it's just going to add noise, right? So you don't want these to be a part. Actually, the primary thing you do when you train your bot is actually to remove stuff. That's your primary task. In addition, you will find a lot of, let's look at this guy, carbon offset, okay, bad example. Sustainable practices. Let's see if we can find an example of that here. Typically, you will end up finding training snippets that have lots of like this, right? Remove it. Just remove it. Why? Because it reduces, if you wish, the IQ of your bot. This noise on your training data reduces your bot's IQ. And then maybe you have additional questions, such as if we now go back here now, we go to the models and we actually vectorize this thing, test, vectorize. And remember how it initially answered that billion air is is a private aviation company. What is billionaire? Now, when it's done vectorizing, you get a green bugger up here, then it's probably going to answer more accurately. Now, of course, I only imported 5 files, so it might not even get to the about page of billionaire. Billionaire is not mentioned in the content exactly. The point is it gave a different answer, right? Now, at this point, so now I have a question, my bot doesn't answer, right? What do? I copy my question, I go to training data, I add it. Type of snippets, let's find my tests, ads, and I add that question as a prompt. Billion air is a voluntary thing trying to save the earth from humans. Okay, save. And now I go back to my model and I yet again vectorize it. So I'm going to vectorize one snippet. But the point is now when I test it, what is billionaire? Then it's going to answer. And of course, it's going to answer all possible permutations of this particular question. Voluntary initiative to save the earth from humans, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now we have an answer. Remember how it answered rubbishly the last time? And the first time before I even vectorized it, it said that billionaire was an aviation company. Okay, so I've now sharpened my bot. I've added, manually added answers to questions that allowed the AI to create associations and actually come up with a much more complex answer than I provided, right? You see here, I mean, I provided a one-sentence answer, and now it's giving me a full paragraph with 5 sentences because it's capable of associations now, all of a sudden. So by adding just like tiny little things here and there, all of a sudden you can increase the quality of your bot significantly. So that is the primary thing you want to do to increase the quality of your bot. Yet again, I need to emphasize, you probably don't even want to do this yourselves. There's a reason why we are providing this as a service. And to be honest with you, I would please contact us, have us do this for you. Right, our machine learning experts, Arya and Tage, they have gotten this down to a science where they can like increase from the original 60% quality to 98% quality within 3 to 10 hours. Then they will test the bot. They will ask the bot 50 to 100 questions, and then they will verify and reconcile the answers the bot are giving by comparing with the actual information you're providing on your website. Then they're going to send the bot to you such that you can test it and verify it, at which point you're probably going to test the bot and you're going to test it with, I don't know, 20 questions and maybe 3 of them were wrong. You give us those questions and answer back on email and Arya gets to work again, and then the whole process is done and we set the bot into production. We will monitor your bot for 2 weeks. We will monitor it, and it's very, very easy to monitor a bot. And let me show you how it's done in case you don't want us to do it. Yet again, I would encourage you to wanting us to do it. You go in here, you filter on your thing here, and you look. Okay, here's a question, here's an answer. This was the answer the bot actually gave to this particular question at this particular time, 6 minutes ago, right? And we can actually go and edit it. There, cool, ta-da, train, save. Now I go back to my model, vectorize. Now it's got one snippet. Why? Because I modified my training data and I add that. They're cool. So now with a little bit of luck, if I test this model, the model's going to say, billionaire is cool. Right? Now, if you want to have like sign up today, 50% off. Offer expires in 60 seconds. Act now. Then no problem. We'll figure it out. Anyways, that is the basics of how to train your bot. We have this down to a science. I guarantee you, you will need our help. even without our help, even if you're able to figure it out, you're going to spend like 20 to 40 hours. Please let us do it. Contact us. Our email address is in the description of this YouTube video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.